time has come to face the devil's challenge. This is Shred, and today I'll show you a scale so evil, Lucifer will lust after your soul. Come with me as I unlock your hidden guitar god potential, revealing the chords of destiny, a lick of doom, and Lucifer's chord. Now, seize your axe. We're about to summon the ghost of Beethoven and equip your guitar playing with an arsenal of neoclassical weaponry. Sell your soul for unlimited musical power at my Patreon page below. Get all of my tabs, courses, Discord access, and even live classes. Did I mention it just costs your soul? Imagine it's a dark and stormy night as Beethoven sits at his piano composing the Fifth Symphony. Now he's just had a fifth of vodka and his fingers suddenly stumble across the scale of fate. Now here are the sacred tones of the scale of fate. We have the root, E, to begin with. That moves up to F sharp, the second degree of the scale. And next we're going to define the tonality with the sad and melancholic minor third. That's a G note. From there, we move up to the stability of the fourth degree, A, which leads into the unifying qualities of the fifth degree, B. And here we come to a very important pitch, the flat sixth scale degree, C. And this is where we're going to build Lucifer's chord later on in the lesson. This tone is extremely sad, has a tremendous amount of sorrow built into it. And from there, we're going to a very, very important pitch, a pitch that changed all of Western music. This is the raised seventh degree, and it enables us to have a major 5 chord instead of a minor 5 chord. Now this dominant harmony that is allowed by this raised seventh degree completely changed music, because now we can play chords outside of the key for extra drama and suspense, but then resolve them with this major 5 chord, which comes from the raised seventh scale degree. We'll talk more about that later. It's a complete game changer. So from there we go back to the root, and we're going to call this the scale of fate, aka the harmonic minor scale. Now in the next segment, we're going to go over the chords of destiny, which are E minor, that moves to an A minor, and then we're going to do B major, the 5 chord. That's that raised 7th scale degree I discussed earlier. These chords are absolutely sacred and haunting, and in this next segment here, I'm going to break down exactly how to play them. Here are the chords of destiny. These are sacred chords, and you've got an E minor chord here, which I'm going to outline. Beautiful. Next, that goes to an A minor. We always keep the P word or pedal tones, that E pitch. That gives us context, the C word. There we go. That's A minor. And then we have the sacred 5 chord with that raised 7th degree, D sharp. Okay, we're going to head back to the 1 chord to complete this cadence. And this is how you get the sound of a scale, is by playing the chord progression. This is how you really write songs. So I'm going to label these real quick. This is A minor. Yeah, that wasn't it. Let's try again. Try again, Shred. There we go. A minor and B. And then, of course, B stands for bitch, right? And then we're back to, E minor. And that forms our cadence. Now, in this segment, I want to show you a lick of doom. And what we're essentially going to be doing is combining the scale and the chord. So I'm going to take a system, and a system is just a sequence that we can move around to different pitch levels. I know that sounds complicated, but here's all this. We're going to play this D minor chord, this D minor arpeggio, and I'm using hybrid picking here, you can see, on the A and D string. Really cool way to play an arpeggio. Now we're going to run that through the primary chords or the cadence that I outlined a minute ago, the chords of destiny, right? So check this out. It's going to be D minor. So we're in a different key now, right? We're in D minor. So we have D minor, we have G minor, and we're going to have an A. So check it out. Beautiful sound, right? So we got the 1 chord, G minor, or the 4, and here comes the 5, A. Oh man, it's so good. It helps too to kind of be aware or have like a zoom out kind of and look at the harmonic content here. So if you can imagine, you know, we're playing that D minor, right? And then we have the 4 chord G minor, and that goes to the 5 chord A. It's beautiful. Now let's take Lucifer's chord and turn it into a guitar riff. Here's how you do it. First, you want to get a pedal tone going, or that reference to the root, the P word. Always do that. I've got the drone you can hear in the background too. So I'm going to run you through a little riff here. Check it out, and then we'll break it down. Pretty cool, right? So you start off with those chugs, and then I enter a melody or a theme, a run up the E minor scale with lots of pedal tones, back to the chug, and then I move to the 4 chord. So I'm just outlining that cadence, more chugs, right? And then I do a little different format here, and then we introduce Lucifer's harmony here, which is that C7. There's that tritone interval, Diabolos in Musica, and then I kind of play it over E. So I'm referencing the main theme right there as well. It's kind of like a drawback to that. And then we end by resolving to the 5, and we descend the scale. This is really cool right here. Check out this contrary motion. That gives you a B major sound. And that, of course, that sets us up for a resolution back to the 1 chord. Also try adding Lucifer's chord as a part of your solo. Let's take that system I introduced you to earlier, and what we're going to do now is shift to D minor. So now our augmented 6 chord is going to be built on B flat, and that's always how the augmented 6 chord is found. You build it on the minor 6 scale degree. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but so in D minor that's going to be B flat, right? So we're going to plug in our system here. And then the 4 chord, right? Did you hear it there? It says B flat. Resolve to the A. You can even extend the resolution a little bit like this. Just for a little extra fun. Now, if you're in my Modern Guitar Mastery class, your homework is to write an original riff using the Devil's Chord, aka the augmented 6 chord. So if you use the key of D minor, you'd have your D minor, then we're going to move to that 4 chord G minor, and then it's built on that minor 6 scale degree. So in this case, that's going to be B flat. So there's our B flat 7. Resolve that to the 5 chord, and resolve that augmented 6 up a half step, and then you resolve, to the 5 and back to the 1. Hit me up with any questions in the comments below. You can get the full tabs for this lesson as well as all of my courses and tabs on Patreon.